Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where last episode we reconquered some of the territory that we lost from that secession, but we also fended off a crusade in Lotharingia. And today I would like to reconquer all of this territory. I think we can do it in 3 wars, would be the idea. Well, not really 3 wars, but 3 raises of troops would be the way that that would end up going. So we would seize all of these de jure lands, and we would do all 3 of these kingdoms simultaneously. So we would seize all de jure lands here, and all de jure lands here. Like that. Then the next set would be these 3, which would go much quicker, and then the final set would be these 2, which would be pretty quick as well. So in theory, that's the idea. And we know that their capital is here. There's a crossing here. Okay, sure. That seems fine. Now, how many troops do each of these have? I probably should have looked at that, but it doesn't really matter. Okay. Yeah, so we can definitely raise men-at-arms and a few levy troops. How many levy troops are we going to need? Not more than like 20, 30,000, somewhere in there. Should be fine. So we're going to hop on up over here, and we're going to bring in our men-at-arms as well. These guys are clustered pretty close together, so we can take them out relatively swiftly, I think. I see their army heading this way, which is mildly awkward, but that's not the biggest of deals. We do have an available perk here, and I would like to take Engineered for Destruction. Better siege weapon effectiveness is going to be absolutely amazing here. After all, if we can siege faster, we will. We'll win faster, right? So we're going to group these guys together. That's only 5 days to siege. Beautiful. We're going to wander up over this direction, and in theory, sieging here might end this war, but it's a little bit unlikely. If it doesn't, it will be mildly awkward. We'll be reliant on captures. That's for sure. We'll see how it ends up going. Their army's out over here, so we could potentially deal with their army if this gives us enough war score. That would be the idea. So let's see what we get out of this. 52. We actually do have enough war score to go fight their army. So that'll happen in a few days. This guy wants to purchase a truce with us. Who is this? No, we're going to be fighting him. No, we decline. We absolutely decline that. He's right to fear. He is absolutely right to fear us then. So this guy's going to start running away. He's in significant danger now. And he's not running away. Okay. Well, that's this war over. They're going to get stack wiped, and that's worth 50 war score. Okay, it's worth 37 war score. What other forces does he have, I wonder? Some of these up here? That's all part of this army. Okay, well, we're going to have to split up our forces. That's unfortunate. I was hoping to not have to do this, but we can split off about 20,000 and send these guys awkwardly backtracking back to here, and that'll end the war. These guys in the meantime can come up and start fighting these forces, which will be absolutely fine. We could also in theory start up a slow siege, which might be okay as well, but I was really hoping to avoid having our siege force backtrack like this. It's very unfortunate. So we're going to attempt to, if I can select these guys, catch them out over here. We'll see how fast they are. They're reasonably fast, but we are actually going to catch them, so that's perfect. We're also going to arrive over here shortly. And this will end the war, I'm pretty sure. So that that battle finishes, and we actually capture the Khan over here. So this war is over. Beautiful. That territory is all ours now, and we can head northward here and look to fight somewhere around... Where's the barony here? Here. Okay. So that's fine. This war is basically over as well now. We're 1 direct vassal above our limit, and that'll have to do for now. A new hobby, huh? Quality time with our half-sister and best friend. Sure. Why not? That's absolutely fine. And there we go. War is over, so we're going to enforce those demands. Wonderful. Now we're going to hop up over this direction and start conquering over this way. Looks absolutely fine. How long will it take us to get there? 4 months. So that's a little bit of time, for sure. push our way up over here. We're now 2 direct vassals above our limit. I'm not shocked about that. These are... That's a duchy tier realm here. Okay, that should go to this guy. Grant vassal. There you go. So that's fine. And then we've got a county tier realm up over here that should also go to this guy. Okay, no problem. Beautiful. So that is in fact solved. Sure, show in the Sultan. That'll be fine. So we're going to walk up over here and look to do battle with these guys. Absolutely. And they're going to start piling in here, but they're going to all stack wipe, I think. Like, they're super dead here. We're following behind this hostile force, which is not necessarily ideal. But yeah, as expected, that was all stack wiped. So that's wonderful. We're at 50%. An improved relationship. Cool. We are back to 1 vassal above. There's probably one around here somewhere. Most likely. That has slipped through the cracks somewhere. But that's okay. We can deal with that later. That's not the biggest of deals at this moment. So we're sieging over here, 3 months on that. We're already done with this siege, naturally. I'd like to wander our way over to here. I'd like to get their capital under siege. I want to move away from these guys. Who even is this? Okay, the vassal of our vassal. That's fine. We don't really want to interfere with this, necessarily. We just want to get it back within our realm. So that'll be fine. The Wessex Chronicon was destroyed. Okay. Sure. That's all fine. Ticking war score is currently against us, remarkably, even though we do hold multiple territories in here. Interesting. Okay, so we're going to finish up this siege shortly. We can come up here and slow siege up here then. We're at 77. Yeah, ticking is still against us, but this could end the war. The siege of their capital here absolutely could. It does not, but it's close. So we're going to hop up over here, and that barony will likely win the war for us. Yeah, only 4.5% for the partial control of their county, but there we go. We'll enforce those demands and disband our troops, and that is the majority of that terrain back under our control. So that's absolutely wonderful. We, of course, next need to go for these guys, and it's going to be a little awkward to get around here. I don't suppose any of them would just become our vassal. 15 reasons. This guy we might be able to convince with a gift. We have so much money, it doesn't matter if we don't. He'll do it for a religious exemption. Okay, that's fine. 107 reasons. So that's not going to happen. 105, nope. And 318. So the rest of these we're going to have to conquer. So that's okay. We'll seize all de jure lands and seize all de jure lands. Beautiful. 2 wars to go. And these are going to be relatively quick. We're going to raise only men-at-arms. And we'll head on in. How long will it take these to raise here? 42 days? Okay. Sounds good. This guy thinks he owns the Persian Empire. Hilarious. I wish him luck with that claim. He's gonna need it. No doubt about that one. So we're 3 vassals above our limit, and that's not shocking, considering that we just conquered 3 kingdoms up here. They're around somewhere. It might just be the 3 kingdoms. Potentially. I think it probably... Well, we know that there's this guy, right? He should be moved in here. That's definitely the case. So we'll do that. We've finished up this siege. We're going to go hit their capital, and that could end this war. We'll see if it does. What do we got? I think it's reasonably likely that this does end the war. Reasonably. Not 100%, and it didn't. We're at 97%. That's unfortunate. Okay, well, we do need a dynasty legacy. We'll grab Long Reach, I guess. Sure. So that all seems good. And this siege is now over, so the war is as well. So we'll end that war, and we'll wander our way on over here. No additional orders are needed to end this war. Phenomenal. So that all looks good. Apparently our cousin here is making our heart flutter. That's mildly problematic for us, given our religion. Get a grip. Okay. we would not really care either way, to be honest. It would give a secret and potentially like a blackmail hook, but yeah, it probably doesn't matter, ultimately. Okay, so we do need to handle that vassal situation. And the question is, how do we want to handle it? Well, we've got, like, this guy. We could actually revoke his title. He is already a double king, though. So that's not a good option for us. What else do we have? Actually, there's this guy. Is he already a double king? He is not. So we can revoke his title. Consider it done. And we're going to grant that over to, I think, a Khan over here. So that is going to be only recent titles. The Sultanate of Khan. There you go, buddy. Fantastic. He can also get the vassals that did not come with. So this one and this one. Beautiful. So that'll put us one direct vassal above. Excellent. And we could potentially revoke from this guy as well. He's already a quadruple king. So that's not going to be a thing. What else do we have up over here? This guy's a double king. This guy's a double king already. This guy is also a double king. This guy's not. So we could definitely revoke his kingdom title. And we could grant that over to... Oh, that was weird that that had no background. We could grant that over to, say, this guy. Mildly awkward because he's imprisoned, but he would become... Oh, wait. No, don't give him the empire. Give him the sultanate. There we go. Good thing that verification pops up. That would have been mildly awkward. Okay, so there we go. We're one direct vassal above. Presumably there was a lower tier vassal somewhere because we combined multiple together. That should have done the trick. So there must be a lower tier vassal around somewhere that slipped through the cracks. The question is where? Currently, I don't see one. Ah. Hello. There's one. Okay, so we'll grant you on over. Perfect. That'll do it. There we go. So we're heading on in and sieging down this final location in this penultimate war. So that's all looking good. We're up to 1.3 million troops that we can levy. That's kind of insane. But we want to get our realm put back together before we do additional expansion, right? There's no doubt about that. Bubonic Plague, get rid of this guy. Okay, so we're going to be arriving up here shortly. There's no additional orders that need to happen here. This war's already over. This one's feeling kind of like a Victoria war. Cool. So we are safe from Bubonic Plague. Good. And this war is over, as expected. So we will disband those troops, and finally we will need to reconquer these two areas over here. We'll declare on this lady for all de jure lands, and on this gentleman for all de jure lands. All of this territory is de jure controlled by us, so we are certainly going to drop a rally point around here. How many troops does this guy even have? 40,000. Wow, that's more than I expected him to have. It's not a problem, but it's certainly more than I expected him to have. We'll raise up about 40,000 of our own. That'll do. And our forces will eventually move in here. It'll take some time for our men-at-arms to show up, though. That's fine. So we'll get these conquered, and that will be our territory taken back over. And then we can go back to expansion, which we'll be delighted to do. We can do a kingdom-level conquest on probably the Byzantines, would be the goal here. Yeah, that would be pretty decent. Or even on like Galicia, Volhynia, but they have multiple kingdom titles, so I don't think we would ultimately end up doing that. Let's grab for now hit and run. That will boost up our men-at-arms pretty dramatically. And our men-at-arms have now arrived. Yeah, we'll let them walk in here. We're going to want to go fight these guys. They have decided to siege us. So we're going to split off our own sieging force. Something like that, and up we go. Magnificent. We would like to have a siege leader here. Who do we have for that? This guy will do. And let's head on up and continue our sieges. They're splitting up a lot, actually. They shouldn't be splitting up like this. Now they're trying to flee in terror. And now they're going to try to pile in, and they're just all going to get stack wiped here. Okay, yeah, they're trying to run away at this moment. Because we stack wiped that force before they got locked in, but that's fine. We're going to stack wipe this force as well. 81%. Are we already maxed on battles? Almost. Almost maxed on battles. Cool. So we're at 98%. These battles should end the war, to be honest. There we go. And we're going to enforce our demands there. And, of course, these guys are going to need to head up over to here. So up they go. We don't need to do any further orders there. That is all under control. So that is our entire territory once we've gotten this done, conquered back. Now, of course, we're one direct vassal above. This is a kingdom tier realm, so we can't just toss that into another kingdom. We'll have to figure out who we want to... Hang on. We've got a county of Chernobyl out over here. Is that independent? That's independent. Okay, we're going to want to conquer that. That must be one that split off that I didn't notice because the color is too similar for my color blindness to notice. Okay, we'll get that probably, and we'll attack Galicia Volhynia at the same time, and probably like all 4 of these simultaneous attacks. That would be the way to go. I mean, they'd be sequential. We'd use the same army raising for all of them. So that'll be okay. And we arrive here, stack wipe their army. 75% because we captured one of their people. And this war is, of course, completely over. No shockers there. We'll enforce those demands and disband our troops. And because that was de jure, we don't need to hand anything out, so that is fine. So out over this way, then, we would look to conquer this county. Yeah, that's a de jure territory of ours. And then we would declare on this guy as well. Oh, we don't want to be ticking right now. We have these de jure territories, so 1 and 3 counties in total. Sure. We might as well get their king... Not doing a kingdom invasion right now. We might as well get their de jure lands taken care of. I want to save the kingdom invasion for, like, the Byzantines. Yeah, something like the Kingdom of Anatolia would be a pretty decent one. And then, of course, we also have our Holy War that we can use on them as well, which is going to be the goal. So we're looking to carve up the Byzantine Empire here and have the Byzantine Empire basically cease to exist. These ransoms are probably fine, but for now I want to attack Galicia Volhynia and grab the de jure territories. So we're just picking around the edges right now, and we're going to... How many territories is this? Only 1. We should probably consider instead doing a duchy conquer. Something like this. Do it. And then Bjarmeland, we can grab a duchy out over this way. Oh, these are de jure. Okay. Yeah, we could do these de jure. That's fine. We're not going to have Tver. That will be ours de jure, but for the moment, that's okay. So we've got these 4 wars, and these are primarily wars of expansion, but I'm not going to consider all of our territories taken back until we get this back, now that I've noticed that it's here. So we're going to definitely drop a rally point over here. We'll raise all of our men-at-arms, and we'll raise, I don't know, like 20,000 heavy troops. We probably don't need much more than that, do we? 30,000, 12,000, 30,000. Okay, we'll go for like 30,000. Cool. So that will all be absolutely fine for the moment. We are 1 direct vassal above, and we've got 60,000 troops here. We might as well head on into Chernobyl. Get that taken over. And then we've got de jure territories down over here, and their capital over this way. But we need to start heading this direction, right? We need to head northward. So that will be the exact goal. This war's over. We actually captured her. So we'll enforce those demands, and we'll group these units together. We are going to split off our siege force here. I'm going to do about a 30,000 siege force, just to hope that we don't get stack wiped. And they're going to head down this direction. I'm wondering where that dotted line is for the war goal. For Galicia Volhynia. What is our war goal here again? Yeah, I thought so. It just isn't appearing. Okay, that's interesting. We're going to go start up a slow siege over here. There it is. Beautiful. It just didn't appear for a moment. Wait, is this doing... Oh, it's doing that flashing thing. So we're not going to get ticking war score. We've seen this bug before, but I haven't seen it for a long time, where the war goal is flashing like this, and so it just keeps resetting itself. So we're not going to get ticking war score out of this war. That is noted. We don't need it, but we're just going to have to plan to not have it. Okay, sounds good. So we're at 13% war score right now. We just inherited this emirate and 11 other titles. Okay. I'm going to grant that to this guy, along with all of these titles. We don't want to hold any of this. And you can also have this guy. Beautiful. That puts us at 1 direct vassal above. That looks good. Can we get our culture going now? Out of curiosity. So we would reform, I believe, astute diplomats into legalism was the idea. Legalistic. Yes, we can get that started. Do it. So that is going to be established in 40 years. It's going to be a while. No doubt about that one. So this siege is over. We're going to continue to head over towards their capital. We're making very little progress on this siege here. So we might instead want to go do battle down over here. That's probably a better option for us, especially since we know that ticking war score isn't going to be a thing in this war. Are the others flashing as well? They are. Okay. So we should expect no ticking war score, period. Okay, sounds good. So we want to come down and fight these lads, for sure. Now I want to go hit their capital here. We find ourselves at 40% war score. The capital will definitely bring us over 50, and stack wiping all of this will likely end this war, which would be ideal. They do have an occupation. Okay, sure. That's fine. No big deal. Okay, so these guys are grouped in fighting us here. They're locked into that. These guys are going to come in. Looks great. That's all going to be stack wiped as well. You don't need to move. Okay, so there's that war over. We actually captured the kid. So we're going to enforce those demands. And these guys are going to need to start heading up over this direction. So we'd like to hop up to there. And then we can head this way with our fighting force. That'll be absolutely fine. So we know that these guys are the ones that have made some progress against us. We've not had battles up over here. We're walking into a little bit of danger with our siege force, but I don't expect that they're able to stack wipe them. So it's a calculated risk here. Yes, we'll likely lose any battle against them. They only have 15,000, but we still might lose the battle against them with our siege force. Our siege force is very low quality in actual fighting, but I don't expect that they're able to stack wipe it. So, of course, we're going to head up over here and get this siege lifted. And then we'll probably slow siege that back while we're at it. They're fighting each other, which is fascinating. We're just going to hop in here and siege for the time being. And is this a location we want to siege? It is. So we're actually going to fight their partial army here, which is weird. Our siege force is deliberately fighting. That is not something I expected to be saying right now. But sure, that seems fine. With those numbers, it doesn't actually matter. So that looks good. We'll be arriving up here for battle shortly. And our siege is progressing. This is no longer flashing, so ticking war score is, I think, now on the table again. So that looks great. Sure, show in the Sultan. That'll be fine. So they're piling in over here, but it's pretty over. They're not going to win these battles. I don't think those are stack wiped, but they're not going to win the battle. Yeah, no stack wipe there, but that's fine. We need to start slow sieging this territory back. And let's just grab what we can from the war goal here. 37% right now, and this is going to be a 16-month siege. Okay, we're probably not going to do this forever. Cool. So I want to head up over here and continue to siege for now, and then we can come this direction. I just want to give these guys a little bit of space for the moment. Actually, we should come over here and start clearing out some of this territory. Especially with these guys coming back this way, we definitely need to be moving this direction. Okay, so that all looks good. We're going to walk down here. They're making some strange movements here. I'm not sure what to make of them. They're making some very strange movements, in fact. We're going to catch part of their force here. And then this is, of course, going to stack wipe. This war's actually over. So that's perfect. We'll end that war. Now we are defending. Against whom? Against this guy. Galicia, Volhynia. Okay, so that seems reasonably okay. I'm going to send our siege force out over here. I'm going to send these guys down to deal with the Galician Volhynian force. That seems absolutely fine. Ticking war score is on our side because we control the war target as long as we kick their armies out of here, right? So that's exactly what we're going to look to do. In the meantime, we're going to siege this back, but we're stretched a little bit thin with our fighting force right now. But that was a decent stack wipe. I like it. This is another stack wipe, I think. Beautiful. And we're going to start heading up this direction. Yep, that looks good. So we're going to take back this territory. There we go. We're going to head up over here and take that back as well. So we're 37% war score on this front. They didn't get fully stack wiped, but that's fine. I want to come on out over this direction. Are you willing to white piece this? He will accept that. So I'm actually willing to white piece that. We'll gain nothing from this war existing. So a white piece there is completely fine. And I want to head up over here, and I want our combat force to head this way. We're going to need to fight them. Actually, we should double back and come over here just to be safe. Yes. Okay. Now that our combat force is here, now we can go and siege. Beautiful. So that looks fine. We're going to get ticking war score on our side here. It's worth 15% straight off the bat. So that's great. The other siege is over here. Got it. That's fine. We're at 35% war score now. 55. 70. Beautiful. So all we need to do, I think, is, well, maybe cap a couple of these locations. We do need a martial perk. We'll grab living off the land for now for that supply capacity. We were murdered. Okay. Well, that was awkward timing. We're 12. And we need this guy. We need a steward. We need a marshal. We need a spy master. There we go. So, I mean, it doesn't really change all that much. We might have some issues with factionalism. Yeah, I'm not surprised that we're going to have some factionalism issues. We'll look to deal with those next episode. We need to get this war wrapped up. That is top priority right now. Checking in on these. There's this independence faction here. That we can probably deal with easily enough. Okay. So let's hop in over here, get this siege done. That puts us at 90. Then we need to get this siege done. Dying there was definitely awkward. I would have definitely preferred to live. But it's fine. Okay. So we'll enforce our demands and disband our troops. So we did expand a little bit, and we're the Mongol Empire. We'll have to get all of that fixed next episode. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time, when we've got some fixing to do with the realm. No doubt about that.